Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 124 of Sonic Boom TV. This one is the whipped cream and other mistakes video. Gonna be kind of a short one, I think. If you remember my last thrift store video I did, I think it was 2 episodes ago, I talked about picking up this Frank Sinatra trilogy album, and it's supposed to have 3 records in it, and it only had 2. Well, I went back to that thrift store to see if it may have been just taken out and left on the side or whatever. Because a lot of times you'll find loose records in there. Sometimes just loose inner sleeves with the records in it. Sometimes, just records by themselves. And they had a lot of records that were stacked on top of each other. And I didn't go through all of them. If I wasn't going to find the sleeve, I wasn't going to find it at all as far as I was concerned. And I did not find it. But they had some stuff that they had put in there which wasn't there like the day before, whenever it was. Did this last week. And I guess it was like 2 weeks ago when I bought that record. But anyway, so I started looking through the, just kind of going through, and it didn't seem like anything I wanted. But then I see something that it's a record that everybody has, everybody likes to talk crap about. For some reason, I don't know. There was probably millions of these printed, and it's Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass whipped cream and other delights. Now I saw this, and the first thing I noticed was that still in the shrink wrap. As you can see, not sealed, but still in the shrink wrap. And I have like 6 copies of this already. Not because I want 6 copies of it, because I'm trying to find a clean copy of it. And one of the copies I have was like my grandparents or somebody's. And then one of them has some kind of funny writing on it somewhere. And the others are just whatever. The covers are various states of, damage. But the records, every one of them is scratchy or has a lot of pops and clicks and all that stuff. And I saw this and I was like, holy moly, I've never seen one in the wild out around here. And I see these everywhere. But I've never seen one this clean, the cover. So I was like, well, no matter what the record is, I'm buying this for the cover. It's only $1. So I get to the, pull it off the shelf, and I pull it out. And I pull it out about that far for some reason. And I see Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass. And I see the record is like new on both sides. But I didn't pull it all the way out. Why? I don't know. So I think I've got my clean copy. I never have to buy this again. Nobody will ever sell me another Herb Alpert's whipped cream and other delights, which I think this is an iconic, classic cover. Whether you like the music or not, this cover, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. I mean, it's got the cool, design. It's got the title, Whipped Cream and Other Delights. And then it's got this woman here covered in what's supposed to be whipped cream, but it's probably not whipped cream. It's probably shaving cream or something. But that's irregardless. So I go back to work, have it sitting on my desk, and start doing my stuff. Whatever I gotta do. About an hour later, I get a little break, and I was like, let me pull this record out and see how clean it really is. Pull it out. Made that noise too. And it is South of the Border by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And I was like, oh no, this is a super clean looking copy. I played it just a second ago just to see the beginning of it, just to see. It didn't even sound like it had any kind of, pops or anything in it. With just a little light clean off I did. So when I run it through the spin clean, it's probably going to be perfectly quiet. I do have that album already as well, but I don't know what kind of shape it's in because I don't know if I've ever played it. This is Latin jazz. People are like, oh, it's terrible, whatever. It's not terrible. It's just music that came out in the 50s. So it's not made for people who are around now or in the 80s or 70s or even 60s. Really, it's a music that people don't listen to on a regular basis anymore. But that doesn't mean it's not good. And just because there's a million copies of it for whatever reason, I guess this guy was like, the big deal back in the day. Uh, you know, so what? It's still something, that's pretty good. It's not terrible to listen to. I've listened to it several times. It's just one of those things, and so anyway, so I'm still on the hunt for a clean copy of Herb Alpert, Tijuana Brass, Whipped Cream and Other Delights. I'm looking for a clean record, and I'm not willing to pay more than $3 for it. I think of the 6 copies I have, plus this one with just a cover, I think I paid $1 for all of them, and maybe 2 of them I might have gotten free. So whatever. The hunt continues. It's. I have one of them in a frame because it was the best cover I had of it. I had one of those record frames that somebody gave me, and I didn't know what to do with it because I only had one. So I just put Herb Alpert's Whipped Cream and Other Delights. So while I was there, I did see one other record that I picked up, and that was Rod Stewart's Footloose and Fancy Free. I remember Rod Stewart from when I was a kid. I remember him being popular, and I also remember that we used to. My dad used to run a lot of races, like running races. I guess I don't know what you call them, like track, but running a mile or 5 miles or 10 miles or whatever it is through the city with a bunch of other people. Anyway, so there was this one guy that was there that looked exactly like Rod Stewart back then. So I don't know any song on here. I don't think. Maybe Hot Legs. Maybe I know that song, but I don't recognize any of these songs. You're Insane, You're in my Heart, Born Loser, You Keep Me Hanging On, If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right, You Got a Nerve, and I Was Only Joking. This came out in 1977, so I probably do know something off of it because I remember him being on the radio a lot when I was a kid. But the cool thing about this is the record's real nice too, and it's got its little sleeve still, so that was good. But it came with this little booklet, and this record is not worth anything, but this booklet right here is probably worth more than the record. It's got the sad face Rod Stewart, going on there, so it must be a sad record. But then this booklet is cool. It's crazy design, some art, Hot Legs, I guess, there. Each song gets its own thing. Cool artwork though. A little cheeky there. Book is in really good shape. I mean, it's not even changed colors much, since it's been in there for 40 years or whatever, 30 something years. And it's not bent up or anything. It's not a heavyweight paper either. It's not glossy. It's nothing. It's just, neat little book. More records should come with stuff like that. Then you got the band. That looks like Carmine Apiece right there. I'm not gonna have to see who's in this band. He's a drummer for a couple bands. I know one of them was Angel, and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. So who we got here? Jim Cregan, Gary Garanger on guitars, bass Phil Chen, piano John Jarvis, drums Carmine Apiece. I knew it was him. Background vocals Jim Cregan and Carmine Apiece. I think it's a piece. It might be a PJ or something like that. And then the back, Rod Stewart has Taken to Drinking after this album. So pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna like much of it. I remember him being just like this pop star kind of thing. I know Maggie May was one of his big songs, and If You Want My Body and You Think I'm Sexy, Come On Baby Let Me Know. That's not on this one. I have one other Rod Stewart album that might be on that one actually. I can't remember what it was. I got it not too long ago as well from the same store, and I haven't listened to either one of them yet. So it'll be on my to-do list. So anyway, that's it for this episode. I have a record coming supposed to be tomorrow, but the shipping, it was in Texas, and I'm in Louisiana. It was in Texas yesterday. That's where it started from, I guess. And it shows that it left, but no further tracking. So it was supposed to be delivered by tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be tomorrow or the next day. I'll do an episode about that, and then I'm going to start my heavy metal episodes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of trying to pull everything out at once, and try to, or even just pull out like the best of kind of stuff, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each thing I have. I have cassettes, CDs, and records. So I did that because that's where they're all located. But there's a couple boxes of cassettes here that they're just everything. And then I'll go through my CDs. And what I'm going to do is go through all the cassettes on one episode. Then I'm going to pull certain like sections of my CDs because it's a lot. And I don't want to take all the stuff off the shelves. I'm just going to take a little bit at a time, do an episode, and just do it in parts. So you'll get to see like my heavy metal collection, I guess. And maybe it'll be good and fun, interesting. I don't know. But then in the last, I'll do the records. Because I mostly have CDs, I believe, on that. It's got to be mostly CDs because during that time, I wasn't really getting too many records. Cassettes were still going strong, but they kind of faded out as well. I'm not sure what year that would have been, but I was buying mostly CDs once I started buying CDs. I don't remember what year it was. It was sometime in mid to late 80s, I guess. I guess I could figure it out. I know my first CDs were NXS Kick, LA Guns, Cocked and Loaded, and Poison's Open Up and Say Ah were the 3 CDs I bought first. Bought 2 of them before I even had a CD player, like a couple days before. Cause I knew I was getting one. I just wanted to have something ready to play as soon as I got it. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Just a little short thing I found at the thrift store that I wasn't supposed to be going back to. I didn't go again though. That was the last time I went. I didn't go all weekend. Not going this weekend. Hopefully not going tomorrow. I want to go back over by work. I don't have any money, so I don't know how I would do it anyway. But that's it. Got a lot of episodes coming up in the near future. Now that I got a plan on how to handle it. So that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.